When most players talk about grinding packs for FC24 Ultimate Team, most of the time they're talking about going through the various game modes. Division Rivals, Champions Playoff, Champions Finals, Squad Battles. Those being the main four, and then after that is when people include the likes of Draft or even Moments. But I genuinely believe the best way to grind packs is through your objectives. And in today's video, I'm going to explain why. But before we do get into the video, if you're looking for some cheap, fast and reliable FC24 coins, then there is no better place than U4GM. There is a link in the description down below, and if you use code Fanatic at checkout, you'll also get yourself a 5% discount. Thank you U4GM for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back into it. Your objectives are broken down into 5 main categories. This is your season progress, live, seasonal, milestones, and foundation. Each of these offers their own unique challenges, and with them comes a variety of different rewards, some of which will give you club items that no one really wants, and on the other side of this you can get some 85 or even 86 plus player packs, and those are the ones we're really after. So with Foundation and Milestone, they're not really going to be anything too great, especially for the amount of time that you have to dedicate. With Foundation, you can dedicate a fairly small amount of time, but the rewards you get are going to be a couple hundred coins, some bronze packs, some silver packs, there may occasionally be a few gold packs, but in most cases it's not going to be anything that gives you the chance to get something good, or at least not a high chance. With Milestones on the other hand, it is better. You're going to get better packs, and in some cases you could be rewarded up to 1,500 coins. But for these, you're not going to be able to grind these objectives over a few days. For some of these, you'll need to play hundreds of games for each and every single game mode. It's a lot. The best way to grind packs is with the other sections: seasonal, live, and season progress. This is where you're going to get the best of the best, and for the amount of time that you dedicate, you're going to find that you get a really good return. So firstly, you need to go and build an objective team. What is an objective team? Well, it's a starting 11 made up of players that will be there to complete objectives. This is going to be something that changes quite frequently on a week by week or even a day by day basis, depending on what challenges you're trying to finish. Typically, unless EA goes rogue and adds a challenge which requires you to get 20 wins within the elite division, normally they're actually kind of nice and fairly easy. You may need to play a couple games with certain players from a certain league, maybe certain nationality, maybe it's a specific quality, bronze, silver, or gold. You'll be able to find these listed under live as well as your seasonal challenges. The idea is that you're going to stack as many as possible. Typically, these challenges are also in groups, so you will need to complete several, and after completing all of them, you'll unlock the bigger and better reward. But with all of these individually, you have the chance for packs, coins, club items, and even XP. And really, I want you to prioritize XP, because if you can get enough of it, you'll also be able to rank up your season progress, and that's where you get some real nice stuff. Yes, there's still club items which we want to avoid, but this is also where you're going to find the best players and also the best packs. And I want to put emphasis on packs because those are the ones that you should be going for. If you have an option between players or packs, most of the time it's best to go for packs. As an example, within Season 1, and depending when you watch this, there may be different rewards if you're in Season 2 or beyond, but with Season 1, for you to achieve rank 40, you will be rewarded the option to have a player which is 87 rated, another player which is 87 rated, or for you to go for a 3x86 plus player pack. The 3x86 plus player pack is a lot better, much better value, even though they are untradeable, because you can use untradeable players as part of your team. And bear in mind, you're getting 3 players above 86 rated, so they should to some degree be usable, but if they're not usable within your main team, then you can go and throw them into SBCs where you can likely find players much higher than 87 rated. Once you've built your objective team and it includes players that are there to complete a number of different challenges, that's when you can start playing. As for the game mode you play, yet again, it depends on the challenges. This is what's going to dictate everything. Now, I wouldn't recommend taking your objective team into the Champions Playoffs or Champions Final because that can be competitive, and of course you still want to try to get as good of rewards out of those game modes and not just focus on the objectives themselves. The only reason for you to go with your objective team into these game modes is if you're a very confident player and you can still get wins whilst using a slightly weaker team, or if the objective itself requires you to go through those game modes. But most of the time you'll be able to get away from going into squad battles or even division rivals. There may even be some which require you to go into friendlies, and that is there for very specific challenges, and they may even put together its very own tournament for you to go through. As you complete the objectives which are set out, you'll also complete the challenges which will be under your daily, weekly and bi-weekly. These require you to score a certain amount of goals, play a certain amount of games. With your weekly and bi-weekly, there's also challenges for you to complete your daily and also your weekly challenges. So it's very easy stuff. There are some things that you can't do and there's things that you can't stack, and this is where you will need to take just a few minutes out of your day to go into a game mode such as moments. You'll need to complete 3 challenges over there, but just remember, by completing those challenges you can then stack them with your milestones and also your foundations, because they will also require you to complete certain challenges within your moments. The whole point of all of this is to stack as many challenges as possible so that you can get as many rewards as possible without needing to dedicate a ridiculous amount of time. The second you complete one of these challenges, you remove all the players from your objective team and you'll substitute and bring in other players that can fit other objectives. If you do this continuously, you'll be able to claim every single reward which is on offer, plus on top of that you'll be able to progress through your seasonal progress much faster than anyone else, as you're able to claim everything. By the way, the best way for you to rank up your seasonal rewards is by completing objectives, because that is where you can get the most XP. You do not get XP for playing individual matches, not like you used to years ago. The only way you get XP from other game modes is at the end. Your weekly rewards from squad battles, division rivals, champions playoffs and champions final all offer XP. But yet again, it's not as much as what you would think, especially for playing 20 games over the weekend. And just to show you how good objectives can be, the club that I've been able to build, the team that I've been able to build, even though it's not the best ever, it is on an account where I don't dedicate that much amount of time. It's about 5, maybe 7 hours per week, depending on what's going on in my life. And with every single top player that I have, they're all either first owner, and in some cases they're untradeable. This is mainly because they come from objectives, and the second part where I mainly get these players is from SBCs. But so far I've been able to grind out objectives way more than SBCs themselves, so the majority of them do come from objectives. And of course with this it does come down to luck, but this is something which is strategic luck, so to speak. It's not costing me anything to get these players, it's just costing me time. I just need to go through, see what challenges are available, complete those challenges. And even on the lower end, where there's a 75+ player pack, even though it doesn't sound too good, that still gives you a chance to have something good. It's not guaranteed, but if you open up enough of them, eventually you will get something. Very similar in a way where we have preview packs. It's not costing anything, so you might as well go through it on a day-by-day basis, and statistically it's unlikely for you to get something, but at some point if you do this every single day for the next year, you will get something which is going to give you coins. And it's the same with these smaller rewards. And just to show you, when I finally hit rank 40, I was able to claim that final reward, in which I selected the 3x86 player pack. But alongside completing this, I completed another challenge which just gave me a 75+ player pack. And of course I had both of those to open. Me being OCD, I like to go for the ones that give me the lowest chance first and then gradually build up. And even in that 75+ player pack, I was able to pack Lewandowski, which was pretty crazy. Of course, yet again, not the most expensive player ever, but a 90 rated player within a 75 rated player plus pack, and was my highest rated pack pool up until that point, which was pretty good. And then from my 86 plus, I was able to go and get Courtois, Diani, and also Endler. Endler was untradeable and I couldn't send him back to my club, because I already had an Endler, but I will be able to keep her in my unassigned and will swap her out for an SBC later. And to end this video, this is one of the best ways in which you can go through your objectives and will be able to stack up across your other game modes that you go through in order to give you even more packs, coins, XP, and even club items, although no one really cares about that. This is also just the beginning. We're still in season 1. Once we go into next season, season 2, potentially season 3, at some point in the future, EA will release some type of content in a line to icon swaps. It might not be specifically around icons, it could be around another promo, but we'll have swaps of some kind. And by completing objectives, you won't just be rewarded with packs, coins, players, and also club items, but you'll also be rewarded with tokens. These tokens are amazing because even on the lower end, you can redeem them for some insane rewards. And that's on the lower end. If you were to collect all of these, you can get some just absolutely crazy rewards where it can add millions of coins to your account through packs or players. And the choice is entirely up to you. But with that, we just need to wait for EA to start releasing that type of content. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, then I highly recommend you clicking the next video on screen. That video goes through the ultimate beginner's guide of how to start Ultimate Team and will put you on the right track to success. So if you're interested, click that video and I'll be over there to guide you through absolutely everything. I hope you enjoy.